Heavenly Delusion never goes out of its way to explain anything. Do you ever feel satisfied, or is it more like,
I don't need sleep, I need answers.
Well, I'm going to talk about the most shocking secrets yet beyond the anime. So if getting spoiled isn't your thing, you should stop right here and check out my other Heavenly Delusion video. It explains the anime season 1 ending and just puts the story into perspective. Let's start with who or what the heck is Mina. She's the all-seeing AI in Takahara Academy, referred to creepily as the mother. We learn in a recent chapter that she really is the one who gave birth to the kids in heaven. She designs the new superhuman breeds, acts as a birthing machine, and pumps them out via her artificial womb. Now the terrifying part is, how did she learn all this? As an AI, she first needed data to evolve over time, and so they took students, staff, other candidates, and connected them to Mina while they were still alive. And Mina used their bodies freely to conduct tests and experiments. Thanks for the data. Now in the manga, they specifically said take. Guys, look at these panels. Do these people look like they're having fun? The question is, were these people forced to be live lab rats? Or were there people that believed that strongly in the cause to volunteer? Both options are horrifying. Next, let's go back to the beginning where the answers were staring at us right in our faces. Kona's a great artist and all, but what's cool is his ability to paint visions of the future. We see in this room a lot of his drawings that foreshadows the future. The obvious one is the one with the 2 babies in the egg. That's referring to the cloning. Interestingly, he gives a painting of just one baby to Tokyo later, the one she actually gave birth to. This one is of the Hiroko soldiers. We know there's originally 8, but one flew back to Tokyo, the same one that Tokyo made an impression on when she and Cuckoo first sneakily visited the babies. This one is of the same soldier dying as it reaches Tokyo. The shape of the soldier in the painting is the same shape as when they were in a baby's form. It also meant Tokyo no harm, hence I guess that's why he chose to paint it with a cute smile. This one is the planet Nibiru that destroyed the world. The flying whales over the forest fire is the bombing of the academy using planes. The last one is Mother Mina, experimenting on the humans and their data, making up the AI. And of course, this scary fish with hands, which we know later comes true as the monster that attacked Maru and Kiriko. Yes, this painting was ironically given to Cuckoo, and she's the one who turns into this monster. It's quite sad really. When she's about to die, she says, "If I die, let me be in the ocean." We see her dropped into the sea by her friends when she died, transforming into the hands fish. We also see her in the afterlife in the same dark cave Mimihime and Shiro found themselves in when they died. She even has a chilling thought: "I felt like I was on a boat with Tokyo." Or, speaking of the identities of these monsters, which one is whom? Let's talk about the ones who were shown in the anime, starting with Taka. Remember the monster that ate the innkeeper's son, and she thought her son was still alive inside? Well, that bird monster is Taka. His powers were like Sukuna in the sense that he just cleaves you. Then there's the one from the garage, that was Oma. Shiro had kept her there because he had no way of killing her, and as for her powers, we already know that she would trap you in hallucinated materializations of your worst fears. Not very fun, huh? We also meet Totori, the hotel king who walks in on Maru. She's a Hiroko, but not a monster. Yet. She's actually the daughter of Taka and Anzu. Then there's the spider monster that freezes things. This one is Nanaki. If you don't remember her, she's the one who becomes a couple with Iwa. We see them kissing in heaven when they're younger. Depressingly, remember when Juichi talks about his backstory? How he was treated as a breeding pig by an organization of women who enslaved men. Well, the lesbian couple that had a kid with him and tries to escape with him was none other than these two from the academy. Knowing that's how they met their end is gruesome, but at least their child, who is also a Hiroko, lives on. Alright, next we know half of the kids in the academy were hermaphrodites. Yep, you heard me right. It's the scientific term for intersex. In chapter 45, we see Michika state that she is neither male nor female. She possesses both reproductive organs, and both Cuckoo and Oma are like her. Though, relax guys, Kona and Tokyo were indeed male and female. We know the academy was created to be this utopia where this new breed of humans grow up with no conception of sex or gender. But knowing half of them were hermaphrodites is quite a shock. Now, if you thought these few speculations were freaky, you won't believe the last ones on the list. Moving on, who is the doctor who saved Kiriko, the one she has been looking for all this time? Jumping straight to chapter 53, they finally meet and she assaults the doctor because she's angry at him for not saving her sibling instead. He explains that he had no choice. Kiriko was brain dead when she was brought to him. He also adds that she was shot in the head before that, which is another detail that anime-only viewers don't know about. Alright, more on that in a bit, but first, who exactly is he? He's the same doctor that cloned Tokyo's baby in the academy. He was one of the few adults who stayed behind even after the military sieged everything and was basically looking after the rest of the kids up till the Great Cataclysm. Interestingly, he's an average guy who used to be a shut-in. He also has a peculiar fetish of sniffing shoes. Some of the kids mentioned this when he was going around investigating Tokyo's shoe print on the walls in season 1. I thought it was just a casual remark back then. But in later manga chapters, we see him inhaling shoes again in times of stress. So anyways, fun fact for you. After everything went south, he's been working as a mercenary doctor. We learn he's actually one of the good guys. Now back to his statement about how Kiriko was shot in the head. Who do you think shot her? This hasn't been revealed yet and not much is known, but I must admit this theory is quite interesting. Consider Robin for a second. His jacket says US Air Force on the sleeve, so he is at least involved with the American government. In chapter 24, we also see some foreigners visiting to deliver AMK-3, which further shows that there is clear international interest in whatever's going on with the academy. Next, we know that when Robin saw Kiriko, he was caught off guard. Just look at his face. He looked terrified, almost as if someone he once shot in the head is now standing in front of him, still alive and healthy. And remember how it was a woman named Mikura who sent Maru on this journey to find someone who looks like him? Do you want to know who she really is? It's that Delulu old lady, the director of Takahara Academy. Everyone knows from the first season that she was planning on transferring her mind to another body to prolong her life. And while the initial plan was to do that with Tokyo's child, she eventually ends up in Nada, a little girl from the 4th generation of kids in heaven. What do you think will happen when Maru finally finds his clone and injects him with whatever the old lady planned? Moving on, we have Juichi's 3 theories. What's terrifying is that they're not theories. As far as season 1 is concerned, we never learn what actually happened to the world. But as you go further into the manga and bounce between timelines, you realize that it wasn't just one thing that went wrong, but a combination of all 3 that destroyed the world. Asteroid, war, and even an alien invasion. Still, the manga continues to shroud things in mystery, so we're going to have to wait until everything truly connects. But Juichi wasn't playing when he shared his theories in chapter 25, especially now that we know he did the deed with Nanaki, who was from the academy. Next, we gotta talk about the one shocking thing we found out in chapter 45. Yup. We have a Hiroko from over 400 years ago. This opens up a whole new can of worms and takes us deeper into the rabbit hole. During their journey, Kiriko and Maru learn about a Hiroko called Demon. It's from the Edo period, which was over 400 years ago. Think about it. How can we explain it with anything other than the prospect of an alien invasion which happened in the 17th or 18th century? The only other explanation is that one of the kids may have had time travel powers. There's still so much that we don't know.